We are here at South by Southwest and I'm with
Eva Simpson.
and Eva, I've just seen you speak on an amazing panel and I am excited to be here and really just understand what we can do and what our ownership is in moving this space forward. So I have a few questions. So I'm the world leading expert in a topic called reverse mentoring, but I'm really curious about what other people are curious about because I think we've got all a role to play in that storytelling.
Yes.
So tell me, what is the thing that you are most curious about right now?
That is an amazing question, and thank you for asking me that. I'm just trying to buy myself some time to think about an answer, but I think I am curious about other people's curiosity. I'm curious about the way people think about the world, where they see themselves in the world, whether they feel combined in the world, confined in the space that they're in, or if they think that they can kind of break through and be their own person. I think, especially being in media, PR and comms, it's all about, branding and personal branding. And I often think about people who are really extroverted. This is a brilliant, great time for them because they're, it's a show-off era, right? So you can take your video, use your voice, and which is brilliant because now you don't have to go through the gatekeepers to be able to have your voice told. But if you are an introvert and and I'm naturally an introvert, so...
Well, thank you for cozying up next to me.
I'm naturally an introvert, so I think I'm curious about how people navigate this era of social media, seemingly need to have a personal brand, people who aren't confident and comfortable with putting themselves out there.
Yes.
I'm curious about how they get around those challenges, how they navigate, and how they move forward. For me, sometimes you just have to take a deep breath and just kind of pretend it's, you have your alter ego maybe and think, okay, look,
You're Sasha Fierce. Bring your Sasha Fierce.
Exactly.
Mine's called Caprice.
Yeah. You've got a name.
Yeah,
okay, I need to come up with a name now. This is good. Sasha Caprice are taken.
Yeah,
right, I'm going to come up with one by the end of the day.
Okay, I'm going to come back and ask you.
Yes, but that's what I'm curious about. How do people navigate, with the different personalities and different ways they think about the world? How do they navigate it in this world?
And you have been in this business for a while. I would say hello.
I like the way you did that.
A while.
Yes.
And so you have seen it change so dramatically from newspapers to instant.
Yeah.
What would you say to your 8-year-old self right now? If you could go back in time and speak to her, what would you say to her in terms of how to navigate this space and how to navigate this world with all of this knowledge that you now have?
Okay, I would say trying to take a step back. I think in all our lives now, if the 8-year-old Eva in 2025, we're consumed by so much media, so much noise, AI, the march of AI is upon us. And it's really hard to kind of, especially if we're talking about media, how can you be creative when you're up against the chat GTP and all these other platforms? And I think what will happen is that people who are creative, who unplug from the matrix and do their own thing are going to be the ones who are sought after, who are the kind of world leaders. I think the ones who are I think while it's good to use technology, I think I would want an 8-year-old Eva to kind of still be forging her own path, still being creative, still coming up with creative ideas that some that use technology, but in a way that don't use technology as well. And also I'd be saying, trying to think about things that the robots can't do. Try and do either a hobby or a career or something that AI is coming. Something that AI cannot emulate.
What you just said there I love, because I'm all about wellness as well. So how do you step out and plug out the matrix? So for someone who is in communications and PR, tell me how you do that.
I'm quite good at boundary setting. So when I'm on constantly. I'm always on because there's so many ways for people to contact us. It used to be just, when I was growing up, the phone, and that was it, right? You'd call your mum's house and your friends would be calling after 9 and it wouldn't be good. But now it's your phone, it's WhatsApp, it's Instagram. Every single platform has a kind of messaging function. So when I'm on, but then when I get to a certain time, I just switch off, put that all away. And I'm actually now thinking of getting what they call a dumb phone, an old school phone, which just takes phone calls. And that's what I'm tempted to do. At a certain time, put the iPhone away and just have that phone. That's what I'm really think I'm going to do.
Yeah, because it's very. I get very digitally overstimulated.
Yeah, that's the
and so
thing.
it's like you're constantly pinging from one thing to another.
You can never quite relax.
Yeah.
In fact, I was on a panel today with Eva and Irene, and
Yeah.
Irene's going on holiday,
Yeah.
and she said her other half has said, you can bring your phone,
Yeah.
but you can only go on it 1 hour a day. It's going to be
Oh, I
locked in the
like
safe.
this.
I think he's actually going to put the
The pin
code on the
change
safe.
pin,
He's going to put in
yeah.
the safe and lock it. And otherwise, you go on a holiday and it's really hard to unplug.
Especially when you run your own business.
When you run your own business, there's always a question.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
people need your constant
Yeah.
time and attention. So I think I would. I'm quite good at having boundaries. I could be better.
Okay.
And I think getting a phone that just enables maybe texts or
Yeah,
phone
yeah,
calls.
yeah.
I think that is.
Okay, I like
the way
that, going
forward.
old school.
Very
And then
old
my
school.
final question, you are 80 years old, sat in your dream place, which is where?
Oh, that's a really good question. Somewhere hot.
Yeah, definitely, I'm with you on that.
Somewhere hot, maybe in Africa. Just came back from South Africa actually for the
Okay.
first time. Was amazing,
Wow.
but it wasn't hot. It's their
Okay.
winter there, so
Yeah.
but somewhere hot. We'll say Ghana.
Okay, Ghana. And you are just reflecting on the past, like your legacy that you're leaving. What is the thing that you are most proud of?
I'll give you two answers to that. As a mother, I'm
Okay.
obviously proudest of my two children,
Okay.
my two sons, Josh and Joel. They're
Okay.
very, very proud of them. They make their mother proud every day. And I'm proud of, I guess, breaking barriers and breaking boundaries when I didn't even know I was breaking them, or I was just kind of going through life thinking, I want to be a journalist, I want to be at the Fleet Street, and then I would get it, and I didn't even realize at the time.
You didn't realise your power.
I didn't realize, and it's only 10, 20 years later, and people would say to me, I saw you in the paper, and I never didn't think I could be a journalist, and I've gone into journalism. So many people have said that to me, which I didn't realize. So I'm really proudest of that, and also setting up my own PR agency. Again, very good at journalism and writing, but I've had to learn what it means to be a leader and run a
lead,
business as
yeah.
well. So I'm very proud of doing that as well.
Okay,
So that's what I'll be
congratulations.
thinking about.
Thank you very much for your time and enjoy the rest of
Thank
your
you.
South
Thank you
Africa.
so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.